All right, so taking a look here at the defense coming out from the Nubris side. It's going to be Stoop on Winston, Minstrel on Lucio, Buds repping the Widowmaker, ID on a second Winston, Kusta on Mercy, and Cool Matt on the McCree. And the thing to watch here is going to be the Buds v Reaver matchup.
I mean, this is really Buds and Cool Matt against Reaver and Sureform. And then because Devitt and Kai are the Winstons, and so is ID and Stoop, we're going to have the quad Winston battle, which should be fun for everyone. But it really is up to the Buds and Stoops and Cool Matt to show what they can do.
Yep, we're going to see a lot of Winstons running into each other, and Reaver with a beautiful grapple shot is able to take out Buds. Buds did snipe him, did not get the headshot. Reaver getting the headshot, gets first blood of the game, and now C9 is in a great position here as they move forward. Sureform not wasting any time, getting in right over the top with the Mercy support, getting in on Kusta. Kusta is going to go down, and Sureform not going down to McCree, and this is a very, very solid opening here from Cloud9.
We talk about how this strength that they have in their Widowmakers, but Sureform made his name as a Genji, one of the best Genjis in the game, and he's going to be able to harass the opposing Widow, harass the opposing DPSs, and clean up kills in the backline like he just did there, taking out that Mercy. They're going to really have great momentum coming in here, and the defense is in a rough spot already.
This fight about to be underway here. Sureform almost does have a Dragon Blade up here, looking for an early pickoff. Gang on the Cool Matt, not able to take him out yet. Dragon Blade coming out though, slicing dice, it gets one, looking for more. Gang on Winston, but no, ID has nothing of that. Punches Genji in the face, and not quite the Dragon Blade that Sureform I've been looking for, as the defense of Nubris coming back and strong, and they might actually hold here.
That was actually an incredibly strong defense from Nubris, maybe a little bit of an overextension from Cloud9. They did push the cart all the way almost to the checkpoint, and I understand they probably wanted to get the Dragon Blade off, send both Devitt and Kai in to make sure that they got the checkpoint, but then they ended up all dying, and Sureform doesn't really get any kills, and then now Nubris is able to set up D, and they didn't get the checkpoint, which is a very big deal because of the way the respawn times were.
You have a Deadeye coming out from Matt here, a big pickoff from Buds just a moment ago. And that's going to really stall C9 out a bit. C9 was looking to get right back in, maybe push a payload directly onto the point. They're still going to do that anyways. They're coming right in. Soundbearer is out. Both Winstons are on top of the payload. Winston's fighting everywhere here as Devitt able to take out Buds. Meanwhile, Sureform, Deadeye of his own, looking to get some pickoffs here. Will take out Stoop. Overall momentum with C9. They're going to be able to get on top of the payload here. If they get one more kill, they should be able to take this and get the checkpoint. Going to go down, and they just need a little bit more. 1 meter, and there it is. The hangar phase is going to begin, so not a bad time being set so far here by C9. Was a good defense by Nubris, and look at C9. They're going to be pushing very far up now.
That's what you have to do in this hangar phase. They really want to establish on the shuttle or past the shuttle if they can. They don't want to be hanging out by the door just getting picked off or giving the other team high ground for free.
And they are pushing very far up, and they just don't want Nubris to get in here and get comfortable in any of these rooms. And meanwhile, while they're holding this far up, they're not allowing Nubris to get in and contest this at all. This is great positioning from C9, and it's really buying them a lot of free time here in the hangar phase.
Yeah, the Cloud9 Winstons have killed Kusta maybe 3 or 4 times now, and Adam has yet to die. So I think that's been also a big reason why they're losing.
All right, the battle is being engaged. Sureform able to take out Cool Matt. Very big pick off there coming up from Sureform, as Sureform with the Deadeye able to pick off Minstrel. The McCree power is coming in. Only a single McCree for both teams here so far, but C9 make it work. 3 kills for them thus far on this approach. Fake it 4. Down goes Kusta. No resurrection going to be coming in anytime soon for Nubris, and this has been absolutely dominant for C9.
Yeah, you called
in the hangar phase.
You called Adam out by name. I remember in the double orb competition, he was probably the best Zenyatta in that, just by never dying, even as a character as fragile as Zen. So if you're looking for support positioning and tips, keep a close eye on Adam. Probably one of the smartest as far as positioning and survivability supports in the game.
I'll note, by the way, that C9 is not yet gone through the hangar phase just yet. There has been delaying coming out from Nubris, but with the kill feed going like that, Reaver going off with the double kill, this should be the start of the last phase of Gibraltar. And time-wise, they're saying a great time. So far, it's 3 minutes, 50 seconds for C9, so a silver time very much possible for them here.
Yeah, and they probably should be able to get that. I mean, it's not a bad defense, I think, from the Nubris side, going double Winston against double Winston. I mean, they knew that was going to be coming anyway from Cloud9, since they've ran it pretty much every single time that they've played this map. They've had a little success, but overall, I think Cloud9 is just so much better at this character.
We have double Winston's coming in here from Nubris. Very, very aggressive defense coming out. No one going down just yet, though. Many people weak on the C9 side. Surefour going to go down right before the sound barrier comes out. And as a result, Nubris now in a much better position. Reaver, though, takes out Coolmat. Look at this. Bud's coming in from the side. Bud's also a deadly McCree when he decides to play it. Getting bopped around, though, by Kai. He's going to die and then immediately get resurrected. A beautiful res coming out from Kusta, but still, C9 having their way with parts of the Nubris defense right now. We'll see if that resurrection changes anything, but the Winstons are just going wild.
Their Winston play is really amazing. Just watching how they stagger their abilities. Right there again, they primal raged early on. Kai got a couple kills. As soon as that's over, Debit has his primal rage ready, pops it too, completely clears out the rest of the cart. It's like they're playing one hero and it just happens to be in two Winstons.
Yeah, no, I mean, C9, that's one thing we've said time and time again. Their ability to run double Winston the way they do is just, it's top class. No one else runs it as good as they do. Other people try it to varying degrees of success, but look at that. Deadeye coming up from Surefour. Takes out ID. 2 extra kills there for C9. If they can just chain a few more deaths, they should be able to finish out this map relatively painless.
Yeah, now Reaper's set up on high ground. He just got 2 more kills. They're going to be stuck in spawn. I think the game's going to end. Yeah, that's going to be over right now. So
yeah, the most they can do is try and delay here, but they would have to delay for 2.5 minutes to make any impact on the score here. And, you know, delaying strategies, they can buy you as much as a minute, but buying them 2.5, that would require a real miracle here. As we do see Nubris coming out, Coolmat going to get taken up by Reaver. Reaver just being absolutely smothering. And this is where we'll see maybe some tracers come out from Nubris, but I don't think they're going to get there in time. And there it is. A silver medal time being set by C9 and a very sort of dominant performance in general. Not that Nubris didn't give them some trouble, but I don't think C9 was really truly stopped for most of the game.
Play of the game.
Is it 7:59?
No.
Okay. No, I mean, Cloud9 just, you know, that was pretty dominant. Maybe Nubris had that one good defense when Cloud9 overextended, which we talked about them doing at certain points, which maybe they lose games in that way. But other than that, pretty flawless play all around. The opening pick by Reaver set the tone for pretty much the rest of the map.
Definitely. And by the way, for those who are wondering, we mentioned a little bit earlier, but C9 is playing from the NVIDIA headquarters today, or some NVIDIA compound thereof. So they are effectively in a LAN environment right now.
I mean, you were asking if that was gonna be helping earlier. I completely think that is gonna be helping. You're right next to each other. You get to speak to each other. These, especially in the Overwatch professional community, many of these teams have never even met each other before. I don't think the Cloud9 team has fully met each other until now. So I definitely think it's a big step forward in getting, you know, the teamwork involved and the progression of the game and be able to see what everyone's doing. So I think it's absolutely only going to help them in these games.
All right, so taking a look here, the defense from C9 is going to be coming out, and note that just like on the attack, they will be running double Winston on defense. It's something we really see from a lot of teams here. Of course, Nubris was just running double Winston on defense as well, and you might go, well, gee, that aren't Winston's very, very offensive. Why are you running them on defense? It's because it allows your defense to be more aggressive. As soon as you get a pickoff, like they're running double Widow here, most likely. Say Reaver gets a pickoff. That lets Kai and Debit go, all right, they're weak. We're going to push in and solidify our advantage. And that's why you see the teams running Winston this heavily on defense. It also helps that for Gibraltar, there's a lot of elevation, so Winston just sort of get areas that other heroes can't.
It is one of those
looking at that roster
between like EU and NA meta. EU is still really holding on to keeping a Reinhardt, whereas you see double Winston's is kind of a rarity in that meta. But yeah, if you look, I mean, this roster is exactly what we predicted as far as defense goes.
I mean, I also really like the way the Cloud9 continues to use what I believe is very efficient in the single support meta to open up games, because you don't necessarily need the Lucio there, or for my mind, or some people think it's the other way around. But I think one Mercy can really handle everything. You don't necessarily need the speed boost, which is what the ability is that you want for most of these games.
Alrighty, so looking at the defense here, 4 C9's going to be Kai and Debit on that pair of Winstons, Surefour on the 76, Adam on Mercy, Grego and Reaver on Widowmaker. And I just gotta say, Surefour's 76 play is some of the most impressive, if not the most impressive in the game here on Gibraltar. I have never been more impressed by any other person's hero.
Buds went for the grapple and just kind of got tickled out by double Winstons hanging out over the crate. Thought better of it.
And Bud's looking for the early pickoffs, but being against double Widow as a single Widow is very, very just rage-inducing, because even if you're looking at another Widow and have them outplayed, the other Widow can get in on you from a different direction, and it really hurts. But Buds takes out Reaver, getting some revenge for how the last round started, and Now Nubris in a pretty good spot if they can capitalize, but Kai and Debit going to equalize things very, very quickly.
Well, both Widows are down, so this would be their opportunity, but you know how great their Winston play is, but I think Nubris is going to be able to take this.
And Nubris, cool Matt picking up where Bud's left off, getting a quick double kill. There's McCree doing all sorts of work right now. Stupid ID swarming as Winston's, and Nubris, very, very strong opening from here. And in fact, if they get the hanger right now, they would be a quicker time than C9 set for this point. So here we go, next fight is underway. Winston's are back in for C9, but no, Reaver going to get caught out by Matt. He was not able to grapple up in time. Matt now under pressure from Debit is going to go down. The payload fight is fast and furious. Winston's everywhere. This is a very scientist-laden game. C9 trying to put this in their favor is absolute pandemonium on the point right now. And take a look, Sure4 was doing a lot of damage over the top. He gets taken out by Stoop. And Nubris is so close to getting this. Sound Barrier comes out from their offense, and this is just Winston's everywhere. The Winstons are not going down, but I do think Nubris has momentum here.
Yes, the Winstons are killing the other Winston. Well, the other Winston comes in, and we have more Primal Rage, so it's not going to be anytime soon.
Primal Rage definitely stalls things out, especially when both teams are using it. Sure4 coming in is laying in a lot of pressure on the Buds. Now, pretty much uncontested up here. We'll have to worry about Buds coming back out, but if he deals with Buds, he will have free reign. And Buds is going to get mowed down by Sure4. Great tracking aim there. And now he's just going to be able to lay in those pulse rifle shots into ID. And Nubris has to deal with him soon. Matt might deal with it, but in the long-range battle, McCree is definitely disadvantaged against a 76.
Oh, and they ninja the cart.
Oh, they got it anyways. Yeah. Even with the pressure C9 had, they did not keep people on top of the cart.
No, so
and they got punished.
Big mistake there. So now the respawns are going to definitely favor Nubris. That was what was keeping Nubris from getting the checkpoint, because they had to come all the way from spawn, and the defensive spawn when the payload is right there always favors defense. So there's no way that Cloud9 should have given that up.
Yeah, it seems like they're absolutely just targeting the DPS players on Cloud9. I mean, knowing that Adam is a hard-to-kill support as is, even though he's a solo support, they're really just trying to pick off Short4 and Reaver to begin these fights.
Interesting stuff here. Buds is still in the offensive Widow, and Reaver is now on McCree. We see the switch up a lot. We do have Sound Barrier coming up from the defense, so the defense being incredibly aggro as they move forward here. Tac Visor is down. Reaver picks up a quick double kill. Matt's able to take out Reaver, but the overall momentum entirely in C9's favor. Using the LT advantage, they're going to push down Stoop here. And a pretty well-coordinated defense coming up from C9.
This is probably C9's best team fight on defense right now. I think Nubris has actually done a very solid job on O, and the Buds had been outplaying Reaver. Reaver with a few mistakes actually to open the game. He dropped off the upper ledge with Widow and got instantly picked off, and then he got picked up a second time when they were trying to defend the payload for the first checkpoint. So the switch over to McCree is probably the right idea, especially if Nubris is going to continue with double Winston. But I actually really like Matt now going.
Yeah, the Roadhog.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Roadhog's gonna be coming out. We've seen Roadhog do some good work, even just yesterday here in Gibraltar. I think it was SG1 that was just going absolutely crazy on it. Matt went for the hook, was not able to land it, but Sound Barrier is out for the offense. This is gonna let them not only get movement on the payload, but be pretty aggressive to the C9 front. Big hook coming out from Matt, does get on Winston, but Winston neutralizing out the Primal Rage, not going to go down just yet, as Sure4 over the top picks up one kill, is looking for more, as Matt just getting bullied by Kai.
Adam's just hanging out on top of the shuttle completely unharassed. He's damage boosting Shore4, giving everyone heals when they need it from the top. He tries to get jumped on, he just simply floats away. Adam's untouchable.
No, Adam's been playing so good, and we mentioned it earlier, as we said him in every other tournament. He's so good at not dying, and to be completely honest, Debit and Kai are putting so much pressure on Kusta, both of these games, and that Kusta has died several times, and when the Mercy is out of the question, it's very hard for your team to be able to win that team fight.
All right, well, here comes Nubris. Nubris coming in for another attack run here. C9 being very aggressive, going in even with the Sound Barrier out. We'll see if this is enough. 2 quick kills here for C9. Sure4 adding on a third. And just a very aggressive dive in with the Winstons, and is working on their favor. Stoop running for his life in the back, going to go down. Reaver picks up a double kill. Sure4 mows down Matt with the aid of Kai, and that was just decisive. They didn't even let Nubris set up.
That was over before it started. Kusa died immediately, then went Minstrel. Both supports were down, then Buds died slowly after. Yeah, 3 tanks are going to live a little longer, but it doesn't matter. They're not going to do enough.
You know, it's hard to put all of this on Kusta, but they're not gonna. Nubris is not gonna win these team fights. Kusta is the first one to die in the very beginning. At the same time, that's what makes KaiKai and Debit so good, is putting pressure on the enemy support.
And they're diving in right away. We're gonna be seeing a Deadeye coming up for Reaver here in just a moment. They're not in position to deal with this McCree at all, but he does not get the Deadeye connection. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, we do have a Deadeye coming from Buds, and Buds picks up the double kill Deadeye. He'll die in the process though, so a little bit of back and forth from both teams here. Neither team friendly, and a nice hook on Reaver, but Reaver's still able to kill Matt. I have no idea how Reaver just lived there. That was, wow.
Adam was healing him. I mean, Adam was alive. He jumped into the res, floated way back, and then was just still with his team. Brought up both of his Winstons again, and now they're dominating this one.
Yeah, KaiKai and Debit jumped in just to kill Kusta, even though Matt killed both of them. It didn't matter because Adam's still alive, has res. You know how quickly Mercy gets res right now in this current meta. Yeah, so if your Mercy dies in the beginning, not only do you not have the healing and damage boost that you need, but you don't have the res. So to use both two heroes to go make sure you kill enemy Mercy is a win-win for Cloud9.
Yeah, it's not like TF2 where you have an advantage because it charges slowly. He gets to use that res for free because now they both have full res again, just based on that charge rate.
All right, here we go. Next fight is about to be underway. Defensive sound barrier is out. Deadeye is up from Reaver. Reaver hanging on to it, is going to take out one Winston. That's a huge pickoff. Unfortunate for ID that he got picked, but both Winstons for C9 going a little bit too deep. They die for it, but Adam gets the resurrection up. Buds does get your 4 off the Deadeye. Back and forth here. That resurrection might be keeping things in it. As both teams just fighting out top of the card. Sound barriers everywhere.
This is
those Winstons still alive for C9, and they
Adam died early for C9, so now they do have a chance. Does Nubris to be able to push this cart? However, both Primal rages out and giant 1,000 health pool to get to stall that out while Cloud9 reinforces and gets position back, and KaiKai just kind of going crazy.
You have Matt now with the whole hog, is able to take out Debit, but has to back out. Surefour now coming in with the tack visor, is going to mow down, or is he? Almost doesn't pick off Matt in time, will pick up the kill though. Moving forward, needs to take out one more Winston. Primal Rage just sort of dancing around, he's gonna back out. But in the end, nothing really happening there for Nubris, and C9 holding firm. I mean, we've effectively been in this state now for, what, 6 minutes?
Yeah, now with a minute 30, Nubris has to change things up. ID is going to go Mei. He likes playing Mei. Stoop is going to go into Reaper. This looks a little bit unorganized. This is kind of, I would think, a last-ditch kind of effort. Nubris to push it through to the third checkpoint.
And Nubris, I think this is their last effort. And wow, the Mei coming out. The Mei switch up actually stopping Reaver from getting the poke he wants. And we'll see if this is enough. Nubris deciding to take the fight into the room as a side. This used to be something we saw C9 do a lot. We'll see if this pays off. So far, both teams still at full strength. Looking for that all-important first pickoff. Deadeye coming out now from Buds. Not able to... He does get Surefour from that Deadeye. So now, one quick pickoff. This could be exactly what Nubris needs to be able to take out KaiKai. Reaver does kill Kusta though, which means there will be no resurrect coming in as Reaver goes in, picks up 2 kills. And I think you guys are right. I mean, what's going on with Kusta? C9's ability to isolate him is losing Nubris this game.
Reaver was lurking on the very top edge of this wing here, completely out of sight lines, just waiting for Kusta to roll through that shuttle. Flashbanged him, took him out.
Deadeye coming out from Buds here. Still a little bit of hope for Nubris. They were able to turn that in their favor. They got 3 kills towards the end. Buds still alive. Mei is up. The Mei switch up actually doing some decent work here as Nubris struggling to get to this last point. I don't think C9 is going to give this up right away. Winston's are leaping in. Reaver coming in over the top. Surefour is back. Ready to lay in damage as 76 over the top. No one is on Surefour here, and this is a problem. Kusta does come in. He gets the resurrection. And as a result, we'll see if Nubris can stand, but still, Surefour over the top, laying in lots of damage. Reaver picking up another double kill, makes it a quad kill in the end. Reaver absolutely exploding. And as a result, this should be GG for C9, a full hold here on Gibraltar.
It's their map, man. It's kind of what we expected. I mean, as soon as they entered the shuttle phase and were able to restabilize that defense, they just look uncrackable.
I mean, they were
on his own though, so this is very back and forth on both teams, and really, this is going places you wouldn't expect as Buds gets a big pickoff onto Reaver.
I mean, this is a crazy game. I would say half the fights that Cloud9 has had so far with Nubris has been from the completely opposite direction of where they should have came in spawn.
Yeah, I mean, this has just been all over the place. I mean, it's here, there, everywhere. It's on the left, on the right. both teams are throwing great positional looks at each other. It's just a joy to watch. As a big Earth Shatter coming down for a Stoop. Going to take out Kai with that charge. We do have a Deadeye coming out from the offense. Does not connect. That's Sure4, who's now on McCree. Switch off Genji just a little bit ago. He will be taking out Coolmat though, so Sure4 laying down the law as McCree and now C9 gang their best bit of pushing here in quite a while, but Buds takes him out.
Well, Kaikai's going to actually pop his Primal Rage and just cause chaos up front here to try to create enough room for them to push this cart to this checkpoint, move those spawns around as well, and they are causing just pure chaos out here.
The chaos is absolutely real. C9 though, definitely with a bit more momentum, and are the servers lagging?
It was 0.2.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I think my lag for hopefully the stream didn't picnic. Can you guys hear me? Okay, we're back. So, teamfight still being very fast and furious on top of the point here.
Right now.
Kai getting the double kill. Reaver with a big of a pickoff. C9 only needs a little bit more of a push to take this point. But the question is, will they be able to get it? Sure4 in the back. Drops the Deadeye. Is able to take out ID. Kai takes out Kusta. Big Earth Shatter coming down from Reinhardt though. Snoop trying to keep his dream alive as C9 finally going to get to the checkpoint.
But it was tough for Cloud9 to get this going.
No one can hide.
You guys still there?
No, I think we're good. I think the stream hiccups, we're all back in action now.
Okay, we're good. It was just like, please no DDoS arena. All right, so we're going back in. Kai coming in over the top, and look at this positioning. C9 is flanking Nubris from both sides as they go in. This is absolutely just ridiculous. Scoop and Coolmat though hanging in there. There's Matt with the switch up to El Presidente, going to shift into turret mode, starting to chew through these Winstons. Kai having to back off even with Primal Rage. Not a bad switch up. Tank mode is out. The tank shells are being fired. Has to watch out for the Winston shield. Grego running for his life to the safety of that Winston shield as Matt fires off shot after shot. This is absolutely nothing short of pandemonium.
Now been going on for like 5 minutes.
You know, we've seen Bastion used on defense on this point by several teams be very effective in the way that it's been used, and we've seen Bastion used to take down double Winston. So I think it's a good move on both ends, and then I think Nubris has a pretty good shot of holding point D, but also a good switch up by Cloud9 to go into Zarya and get rid of it.
The next fight about to be underway here in just a moment. I don't know, right now, Nubris is very, very close to a full hold, and that would really be great for them in terms of their odds of evening up the series. But here comes C9, offensive sound bearers out, in they come. Earthshatter getting come down from Snoop, does not get as much value as he might like. Buds here in the back, looking to get Kai, going to get taken out. Reaver gang in on the action. 2 kills here for C9. They can only get 1 or 2 more. That might be all they need to secure this map and at least get 1 point to their total. They're moving forward. And Nubris now in a whole bunch of trouble.
Yeah, you mentioned their compositional switch-ups. I think they're absolutely brilliant. Coming with the Genji and the Zarya, just giving that allied shield to allow whoever they want to bomb in onto the Bastion really help them out.
Oh, they don't stop it! Nubris had a chance of definitely stalling out the cart there for at least a few more seconds to try to get it on. Cloud9 gets it.
Play of the game.
So, play the game coming out from Buds. Buds definitely had some great moments in this game, and that was a very respectable defense coming out from the side of Nubris. They came very close to the full hold. They're still going to be in a somewhat unenviable position in terms of how quickly they have to cap this next map, but they looked very, very solid.
Yeah, Buds and Matt are hitting the shots that they need to keep up with Sure4 and Reaver. So the reasons that Cloud9 is winning is not, at least in that half, was not because of anything that Buds or Coolmat wasn't doing. I think continuously, for me, it's the extremely impressive play by Kai and Debit, and then Grego hitting all his shots of picking up Reaver on the first portion of Dorado. And really, it's Adam staying alive and holding his team together, where Kusta has had not nearly as much success for Nubris in either of these maps so far.
The thing that impressed me about Adam is that he's done it on several different heroes. Sometimes with support mains, I'm very comfortable on Lucio or Zen or on Mercy, as it were. And his play when he was just very smart on Zenyatta was what stood out to me, and the fact he's been able to transfer that to Mercy. Of course, Mercy's got a better kit for staying alive than Zenyatta, so Adam just phenomenal all-around support. And as you mentioned, the versatility of these teams and having all the heroes in your roster to be able to bust out whatever composition you want really is what makes the top teams as good as they are.
Alrighty, so 3 seconds until the defense rolls out here. It's going to be C9's defense. They don't have to hold for super long here. They need to hold for 5 minutes, and after that, it will be impossible for Nubris to match their time. But we've seen Nubris have, just in scrims and otherwise, put up really good times in the past, so they're going to have to fly through this map. Take a look here at the defense coming up from C9. It's going to be Kai on Winston, Debit on Reinhardt, Grego on the 76, Adam on Mercy, Sure4 on McCree, and Reaver on Widow. And this is an interesting setup coming up here from C9 with Grego on the 76. You don't see him on that too often.
Well, I think it continues the trend of at least Cloud9 playing single support. And no Lucio is necessary for him for them to win the opening fights.
Yeah, I mean, conversely, they're running triple tank on offense. And Cool Matt is going to be playing the Roadhog. ID is on the Zarya. Minstrel on Lucio, of course. Stoop is going to be playing the single Winston for the moment. Custa on Mercy and Buds, trying to recapture the magic on Widow.
And he has to. He has to get a bunch of picks right now for them to be able to have a good time here.
Alrighty, so there it is. The starting bell is out. The timer is underway. And we're going to see if Nubris has what it takes to get through this map in a quick time to match C9 and force King of the Hill. And look at Reaver. Reaver right now very, very concerned about people coming in over the left side. Does not want what he did to Nubris to happen to him. Meanwhile, taking a look at Buds. Buds deciding, you know what, he doesn't even want to go down that side. He's just going to push with his team, take the cover of shields that his team can provide, and look for some pickoffs directly up the front.
Kai's gonna try coming to the fight.
Kai coming in. We see both teams now about to engage. Matt going very, very deep in on the Roadhog. Does pick up Adam immediately, which means there will be no resurrection here for C9. That's a huge pickoff given that they're running solo support. Sure4, though, striking right back, able to get the double kill to start this out. And C9 really recovering from the loss of Mercy early on there.
A brawl.
Stoop's still on it. I mean, this is not quite over yet for Nubris. We have Minstrel and Stoop still around. They might be taking out Kai. It was a very bloody battle for both teams. Kai's going to go down. Adam is back in. He does not have a resurrection up yet. He will have it up soon. But the card is still moving, and this is a lot of good progress coming out from Nubris.
Oh, Matt just missed his hook on Adam.
We do have the attack visor coming out with Grego. Grego looking for something else, but a beautiful hook from Matt! Stops him in his tracks. Stops the ult. He ends up dodging the Reinhardt ult. We'll see if he can stay alive here. He's going to have another hook at the moment. Hooks Reinhardt, gets the left click. He's still alive. Here comes the whole hog. Won't be enough. Takes out Debit. Matt playing some serious hog here. If they can get Adam, it would be huge. Adam still alive, is not going to be able to pick up that ult, and Matt just absolutely destroying on Roadhog. Unfortunately, as I was going on, Sure4 was in the back, picks up 2 kills, but a heroic effort nonetheless.
Adam did go down very late in that fight, so if they could have, you know, snowballed some kills there, they would have had a better chance. But now they're going to be trying to push into a completely set up defense, and it does look like Cloud9 is going to have a little bit of the ultimate advantage as well.
I mean, that was their chance, right? That was one of the very few times we've seen Adam go down to get in the fight.
Too little, too late. They still have 3 minutes to finish up the map, so there's still hope, but they're going to need to just fly through the streets phase.
Well, they won that team fight as well as they could have. They still have 2 ults. It's really going to be if they can get down Adam before boosting down. Because so far, it's not been that way, and they're going to continue needing that type of play if they want to get 3 minutes in.
Well, they're going to be able to get a Graviton, and I think the target has to be Adam, then anyone who's around Adam, and then the follow-up is going to probably just be a Winston primary.
Deadeye coming out here from Sure4. Sure4 able to pick up the double kill. That's really going to stymie this offense. Moving forward to Sure4, looking for more, and really, Nubris really damaged here. Only 3 players remaining. Matt, though, with the hook. He has been finding Roadhog value all day. And they might be turning this around yet. A gigantic resurrection, though, going to come from Adam, going to bring up all the fallen C9 heroes, and that should allow them the power to turn this back in their favor.
Pretty tragic Graviton there. Tragic Graviton.
That was not good. You think he was going to get Adam and Mercies, and then ID right before he dies
has just been the symbol of desperation over these last 2 days. Teams aren't staying on him. They only want
All right, I think we're back, guys. Apparently the DDoS is real, whatever it might be. But we are still in game. Hopefully the stream is still up.
Hey.
You guys still there?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, my internet, I don't know what's going on today, guys. Hopefully that settles itself. swear this never happened before. But we do see Nubris moving in, trying to turn this in their favor as they go up. And they're making good progress here through the streets phase. They're pushing C9 back, and if they can get a few more kills, it might go in their favor. Kusa having to hop the res a little bit earlier than he might like. And we'll see if this is enough. I do think there's too many resources burned here on the Nubris side as Surefour picks up another 2 kills. He's been absolutely insane on McCree here thus far. Looking for the third. Minstrel deep in trouble. Minstrel about to fall here in just a moment as well. And Nubris probably going to have to go back to the drawing board here.
Yeah, I don't know what got picked up on or off stream, but I was just mentioning that they switched to Reaper, and it's, you can tell a team's desperate in the last 2 days of the tournament if they switch to Reaper. No one's been wanting to run him. They kind of go to it as a last resort, and generally doesn't get a ton done.
Like shooting fish in
No, I mean, it is your standard anti-Winston counter, but it just doesn't work, and GGs are called.
Put it on my tab.
They're saying GG. They know that they're not going to get the 5-minute time and all the rest, so they're just saying GG, that's it. It was a good defense coming up from C9. Pretty good attack coming up from Nubris. I think, you know, it would have been interesting to see if they had a little bit buffer from not losing the full hold on Gibraltar.
I think,
But really good stuff coming out from both teams on this map.
they had a moment, you know, when they were able to push through, then they had a little bit of the ultimates, and we said they just really need to target Adam again. Adam had Resurrection up, and they ended up using Graviton kind of defensively. Both tanks came in, both Winstons jumped on him, and it kind of freaked them out. So the Graviton went off on both Winstons, who both dropped their fish tanks over him, did absolutely nothing, and I think that was the moment that they would like to have back.
Yeah, ID using Graviton right before he dies. Both Winstons are caught up in that. No damage is done. Then the res comes in after, but the res is in after the Graviton's already over. So then they're not able to kill either Winstons, and that pretty much solidified the map ending there. If they're able to get something done there, maybe they get through to the second checkpoint into the final stages where they can put something up. But, you know, really, to me, this series was as great as the DPS players were, and I think Surefour is definitely the man you have to look for either this set. Really, Surefour for Cloud9, but Buds and Matt were playing great in different ways, especially on Dorado, both those guys. I don't think that was why they lost. Really, for me, I mean, it's support play coming out of Cloud9. I think the tanks are great, and Devitt and Kai gets a lot of praise all the time. We know how great they are, but Adam staying alive and Kusta not, for the most part, is why they lost a lot of these team fights. They didn't have res, they didn't have damage boosts, and they didn't have, you know, healing. And when you're down like that, it's really hard to win those fights.
Often people hate on some of the skill curve of the non-DPS characters. They'll hate on some of the tanks. They'll hate certainly on support play. Mercy in general gets some flack, but I'll tell you this much. There is a huge difference between a high-skilled Mercy player and a Mercy player that might not be quite as good. And, you know, Kusa definitely had his moments, but you look at Kusa's play in this particular series versus what we've seen from players like Esper, players like Adam. I don't think it was quite where it needed to be because he died too early in a lot of these fights. Now, credit is where credit is due. C9 got on him very effectively, but as a Mercy player, you have to get away from that and find a way to stay alive and bring your team back up.
Well, they didn't really adjust to what they were doing, though, because at some point you have to know that they're running both their Winstons in just to sacrifice because they know Adam's going to stay alive back on the shuttle, especially on Gibraltar. So they'd all go through that choke. The Mercy needs to hang back a good 100 yards there and just let everyone go through, let it kind of settle down a little bit and maybe come in at the end. But she was going in with the team, and so both the Winstons are coming in. They're going to go all out just to kill her. If they both die, they're fine with that, knowing Adam's going to bring them back to life. And the entire team didn't adjust around what they were doing to it.